Hello everyone and welcome to Factorio. I'm Par and today I'll be playing Seablock. So in the previous episode we built this awesome block that introduces the usage of coolant. Well, not quite, but we will be using coolant for tin production, and this will be great once it actually works. Right? Once it works, it will be awesome. Meanwhile, we need to figure out what to do while this research is happening for the tin. Let's take a look and see, and basically, let's take a look here. We have problems with iron, and we've been having problems with iron for a while. That causes us problems with green circuits. Let's double check how much iron are we missing. We're missing 70,000 iron. So without fixing iron, there is really no point in fixing the circuits, right? So what I want to do, I want to... Should I delete all of this? Yeah, let's just delete all of this. It's okay, we will not need this. Right. Let's fix the iron. So the iron right now is produced here. We have 2 full belts of iron being produced, I believe non-stop. Let's take a look. Iron plates. They are produced, look at this. Basically non-stop. I think we had line problems back there or something. They produce non-stop. 3.6 thousand of iron. It's exactly 60 iron per second. And that's not enough. So we need to upgrade it. The thing is, we don't have to upgrade this part. So this one is kind of mostly about the steel. We could even... we could consider removing iron from here at some point, or I don't want to do that. Don't really want to remove iron, but maybe we could like move it somewhere in the future. For now, let's leave this block as is. We have this block that gives iron ore, lots of iron ore. Do we have issues with iron ore? We don't have issues with iron ore, at least it doesn't seem to be the case. But we do have issues with iron plates, and like huge issues. Same kind as with copper, but maybe copper situation will improve. Maybe not. Maybe not. So what we could do, we could copy this block right here. Right? Let's say this will be different. Let's say we'll have iron production here. So iron ore. We'll do it, use it here. And iron plates, of course, right? We're producing iron plates. So let's do that. And before we do that, let's quickly maybe calculate just for the iron exactly what we will have to build. So let's say I want to go for 120 iron. Right, we'll need some iron sheet coils. This recipe. We'll be using pure iron without anything extra. For that, we will need to... we'll be using this process. The good one. And to get this amount of iron, we need 9 blast furnaces. Kind of the build that we have here. That kind of this build, except we need 8. So let's take a look. How much space does this build actually take? Approximately this much. And if we try to fit it in here, we should be able to, right? Moment. Okay. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. Let's do that. Let's just copy the thing. Let's say we are making a blueprint from that stuff up to, I would say, up to loaders. Just grab all of that. We'll say we'll be using tiles for that, because tiles make things a little bit easier. We can remove these ones on the side. I don't think we really need them. Okay, and let's just oh. So I'm not sure what's happening with my monitor. Sometimes, like, everything disappears from there, and I don't quite like it. It like restarts or whatever. I don't know exactly what is causing that, but it's been happening a little bit too frequently lately. Okay, let's see. We kind of want the process similar to the copper, do we? How do we call this? We call them ores for some reason. Why are we calling this ores? It's okay, we'll be calling this ore as well. We kind of do produce the ore here, right? Okay, ore. Where is ore? Yeah. Right. Basically, this one. Input. Except we wanted to focus on iron and iron plates. That's basically the station, right? Okay, good. This is the output. It will have a super similar name. Alright, this one. Output. Nice. What is going on? What? Oh, okay. Got it. We'll fix it. We will fix that problem. We need to disconnect this. What else do we need to disconnect? Well, that was the most important one, right? Let's double check. Yeah, no connections. No connections, it seems. This connection, I don't really like it. We'll have to remove it. Okay, this one. This one. This one, I mean, it's basically the same thing. It happens all the time when we are copying a build. Right? Let's see. This is output. We'll figure out the conditions there at some point later. This, wow. We managed to build it really fast. Like, I didn't expect it to be this fast, actually. Okay, we are producing iron here, and only iron. This one is producing iron sheet coils. Same thing here, iron sheet coils. Next, this one should be smelting iron. So iron. We are smelting just regular iron. I don't want to combine it with anything else, because iron is a, you know, really simple metal. It's like tier 1 metal, and I don't want to have like more complicated production chains than needed. Right, that's the idea. Okay, let's put down water thingy. And now we have lots of oxygen here. We don't really need this oxygen, do we? Let's you know what, let's clear this part, because I'm not sure it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Right. Okay, this whole thing can be removed. This stuff will have to be readjusted, I think. We'll need to rethink what is happening here. All of this can basically be removed, except I don't want to remove the belt. I think the belt is pretty useful. Like this one. Because it kinda... it's located right in the middle of the thing. So now that we cleared this area, let's go to the iron production and let's copy this build, or maybe a couple of this, right? So let's say we are taking a couple of this and we'll place them just like somewhere for now. See? Okay, like this. So the question, how many do we need? We need 8.8. Let's move this as much up as we can. Basically we could place it here actually, and have this one here. So this will be 5, and we need another 5 over here, right? Let's do this. 1, 2. So this in total should give us 10. So the exact numbers are 10, 20, 20. We want to have less than 10, less than 20, less than 20. So this, what we built here, should work great. It should be enough in terms of the iron that we're getting, right? Okay, good. So basically got this part. The output here would be... I mean, it's supposed to be 2 belts of iron from here and 2 belts of iron from here. Let's see. The belts of iron means that we basically have 2 of this working non-stop on the next, like furthest line, right? And 2 of this are working non-stop on this line. But we also need to shift as much iron as we can from here to the left. How do we do that? What's going on? Oh no. Same thing happening again. But we know how to fix it, so it's okay. It's not as bad as it could have been. If you like didn't know. No, and if it took us forever. Right. This thing is charcoal. And we want to make sure that the charcoal is going up. Okay, charcoal going up. I think it will be going up. Here is our charcoal. We'll deliver it here. Another thing that we'll need, wait, I don't have it here. We will need lime or limestone, whichever that is. We can take it from here, right here. Okay, so here is our whatever is needed for the iron. like this. Right? Okay, let's do the same thing here. We will have two of them sending stuff to the left. This one will... Why am I connecting things like that? Because it's a little bit strange, right? We don't need this connection. We could make it like this. And we could say that the output goes to the left, the input comes from the left. That's the most important one. We don't want to block them. And with that, we basically have right. And with that, we basically have the kind of the build. I want to reproduce it here, kind of copy the whole thing, or as much of it as I can. Open it here. We're building stuff over there. Have another one here. Nice. Nice. This is looking really good. Okay, so what do we have now? Now we can actually request things in here. This certain machines need crushed sapphirite and jivelite. Let's do that. Crushed sapphirite, jivelite. Let me quickly take a look at the order requesting things. Yeah, mineral catalyst, sapphirite, jivelite. Let's do that. Mineral catalysts. Yeah. Sapphirite. Jivelite, right? Is that what we want? Sapphirite, jivelite. Yep. That's exactly what we want. I am not sure why these buildings are not getting delivered. Are they covered by ports? Yes, they are. I guess we are just short on them. Are we not producing them or something? Like, what's the reason here? I think it might be a problem with recipes. Let's quickly go there and fix the issue. So we need, yeah, we're basically missing just that. So it could be this problem. It requires steel. We are not even requesting steel. Interesting. But now we are requesting steel. And hopefully it would work. So lots of yellow lights. Yellow lights are good, red lights are bad. Because yellow lights mean that they cannot drop things, and red lights means that they can, like, they don't have enough material. I mean, we could copy it just in case, but I think the recipe there is fine. Now let's get back and finish construction of this block. We need to start requesting things. Let's do this. 200. 200. That's actually 10 a ton. 200. We'll get some charcoal. And we need whatever is needed here. We need limestone. Okay, limestone is in water. It's this one. 200. Great. Now, I can switch this filter to jivelite. Have two jivelites. Have two, sorry, stilatites. And here our two jivelites. And I feel like that is it. We'll also make apply a recipe change right there. What exactly is happening here? Let's see. Here we are given... Oh, wait. It's supposed to be like this, right? I believe so, yes. I believe so. So these are catalysts, and these are the actual like Javelite thingies, the ore. Now, we have a tiny problem. This part doesn't have power for some reason. Let's power it up. It's the power. Trains are coming. Everything is looking great. Let's double check that this thing is enabled. Okay, this was interesting. Didn't expect it to be disabled. It's okay. So the middle one. This is actually about iron sheet coils. We'll fix this a little bit later. For now, the question is, how does this get connection? It gets connection through the spot. It's not like really bad that it happens, but it's also not exactly how it's supposed to work. We are supposed to have a transformer here, right? So let's do that. Let's build a transformer. Where is it? Here? Yep. We'll have transformer here. It will be connected like that. We are slowly, very, very slowly progressing on the research. I don't even remember what exactly we were trying to research back there. I don't know what to research now. Oh, I think we wanted this one, right. We wanted ceramics. We'll get it. I think we are moving towards this research maybe. Oh, and this one is not finished. Let's resume this one just to finish this process. Okay, so we have Javelite everywhere. The iron will be sent here kind of to the side, and it will hopefully be used by this. So can I make it this long? I actually can. So we can move this a bit further. So this will be one connection of the ingots. Here is another connection for the ingots. We need charcoal right here. And we can get charcoal from here, I believe, right? Because this part, it's not really needed. It's like limestone thing. But this one could be useful. Basically, do it like this. That's charcoal that is coming on this belt, or at least that's how it's supposed to be. Let's wait a little bit to make sure everything is working how it's supposed to be working, but I think we are mostly done now. I feel like we are mostly done. Let's change this. So this is iron ore. This is also iron ore. This one will be iron plates. This one will also be iron plates. This one, shit coils, iron ore, shit coils. No, wait, plates, right? What did I say? Here we also have plates. Let's double check. Plates, ore, coils. After the splitter. Plates, ore. I feel that it's looking pretty good. It's looking good. Where are our trains? We are supposed to have 2 trains. Our inserters are very slow. And that's why these stations... And another thing that we are missing like a good inserting configuration. Let's actually take a look at that. I want good inserter configuration. Long insert is express. So express is the stuff that I like. Bonus, obviously. This one, more inserters. It requires ping signs. But for now, we could get express inserters. Oh, and logistics. Yes, I'd like that. Because logistics will give us blue belt. And at some point, I was like wondering, hey, what's up with the with the belts? I think I wanted to place a blue belt like here before come up with the idea to just add a splitter and send some extra things, you know, here to the middle of the belt to kind of resupply it with materials. But before that, the idea was to use blue belt, and I didn't have blue belt, and that didn't feel great. Didn't feel great. Okay, another thing is that, oh, interesting. So this five furnaces are actually producing more than enough iron ingots. Right. So we should have excess coming here. Sorry, not like excess. It's not even gonna be like it will be more than half of the output of this blast furnace. It will go to the right, so it should always kind of be able to. We should always have the outer belt here full, completely full, all the time. Nice. Let's see. What are we waiting for? Are we waiting? Did something break with loaders? Something break. Where are our loaders? The loaders are here, so the question, why the stuff is not working? We don't have iron, of all things. Oh, no. No way. Okay, so the problem is that some of the belts are slightly destroyed. Well, they're not destroyed, they're like damaged. And that's really bad. That is really bad when that happens. Because we cannot use damaged belts. So let's hope. The hope here is that I will place this damaged belt, or like the robots will place it, and then they will actually repair it. So that's our hope. Because if it's not the case, then we might be having some issues. We don't have this bad belt here. This one doesn't require belts. This one also doesn't require belts. So let's hope that it actually got placed here somewhere, and that it was fixed. Okay, let's remove all of this. I think we can remove them. No. If you're still having difficulties like this problem with the not repaired belt, we'll need to do something about that. But I think it's in a good shape now. Okay, where we're at. We were right here. Right here? Okay, let's take a look. We are getting some iron. Unfortunately, that's not a full belt of iron. This part is not giving us full belt of iron. Why is that the case? Why we are not getting full belt of iron? Let's set input priority from the left to allow these things to back up as much as possible. So we want to have a completely full belt of iron. Alright. Oh wait, we have a problem. This one, it's not getting anything. Very interesting. So I feel like we're supposed to have something like this here. Okay, not here. Like that. Like this. And here, what exactly is happening? I'm not even sure what is happening over there. I am not sure what's going on, but there seems like it's a clear issue, right? It looks like a clear issue. And here, we cannot even fix it properly. We can add like stack inserter. Yeah, we could add stack inserter and hope that will be enough. We could also actually move this thing a little bit further and add like a second stack inserter here. I feel like with 2 stack inserters, things should be in a good shape. It also means that I need to fix this part as well. Right, how are we doing that? We are doing that like this. One, two, third, 3, and this thing we wanted to move a little bit up, and we'll add stack inserter here and here. Let's get back to this part. Once we get stack inserters, we'll need to turn them a little bit. Meanwhile, let's check whether all of this matches. I believe yes, it does. So we actually have a proper copy. Inserters, where are you? Where are the inserters? We should get them soon. I don't see any inserter flying yet, but we'll get them really soon. Because the robots are not complaining that they cannot find inserters in the in like logistic network. Here it is. Yeah, one inserter is coming right here, and another one is not there yet. So I want to turn it actually a little bit like that. Right, so this will be our first inserter. And the second one, I will change it really soon. The second one will be dropping things there, taking things from there. That's how it's gonna work. Okay, let's copy this part. Okay, I'll copy it with... I don't want to copy it with recipe. Let's just do it like that. We'll copy this one, and we'll place it right here. and we'll copy this one, and we'll place it right here. So I feel like this should work. At least I don't expect like that to be huge issues. Even if like somehow this inserters get stuck, though I don't think it will happen, but even if something like that happens, it's still okay because it's just one sorting facility. It's not even the one on this line. Like this line is really important because it sends iron to the right. I still do not understand why we are short on things here. Let's take a look. We are supposed to be getting iron ore, and we need... Okay, for that, we need 13 ore sorting facilities. Just 13, it's nothing. Here we have like 30 of them. We have a lot of them. So the question is, why are we short on iron? I don't want to be short on iron here, to be honest. I do not want that to happen. And the copper part, it doesn't have this issue. Well, it kind of does a little bit. We're also a little bit short on copper. Okay, one lane is not short. So this lane, the furthest lane, should be fine because we are using like this kind of process. We are merging from both of this. Oh, I see. I understand it now. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. What we'll do, we'll connect them like this, this, and we'll merge things from there, and we'll also send things over there. We'll apply a small fix to this part. It's because we rearranged the way that we are sending things to the right here. We didn't have enough kind of space. Well, we still could do it if you move it back a bit. Let's keep with this idea. And while we're at it, I think we want to have exactly the same thing over... Right, this is iron, this is copper over here, right? So we want stuff to be sent here, like that. Let's take a look. I want to make sure it matches. See, it's not matching because I placed the splitter a little bit too far. It's okay. Let's do it like that. I move this one a little bit back. So now, is this part the same? I want all my builds to be the same. Yes, now it's the same. Now let's just wait for this thing to be finished. Look at that, right? We have full belt of iron going there and not really full belt of iron. Well, now this belt is almost empty because we are waiting for the inserters here. And it should work. How should it work? It should say that the input priority comes from the left, right? And here the output priority goes to the right. That's the idea. Right, we want majority of the stuff to be sent to the right, and then it will be consumed if needed. And here, the way it works, it will still consume things from here. So we will always unload this machine, and if you have some extra, it will just go there. This is basically the extra that's coming from the machine that... Wait, that's interesting. I would expect this part to stop occasionally. Does it stop? I don't see it stopping. Maybe it happens on like for really short amount of time. So here, input priority from the right. No, wait, from the left. We want to get regular material there, and output priority to the right. That's the way it works. Now we should have 2 full belts of copper, and we'll have 2 full belts of iron here. Honestly, we have already lots of iron plates. It's kind of happening too fast, to be honest. But this build, like, look at that. It works. I don't see any problems here. We already have lots of iron plates. We are getting some iron sheet coils, right? So everything is looking great. One thing that we need to do before we forget, we want to disconnect this water. We don't need this water here anymore. We need to remove the water from here. I want all my blueprints to kind of look exactly the same or as close as they can. And that's why I changed this piping here. So now we should have lots and lots, and I mean really lots of tin being produced. Like our tin plates production should double from the change that we made here. And all because we got the research finished. Okay, it's working. We are getting the coils. And I don't really expect to have any issues here. One thing that looks like we forgot in the previous episode, we want to send majority, like we want to prioritize these things and those things in terms of the charcoal, and only the excess should be sent, like exported into the station. Let's take a look. How much charcoal do we have? We have 100,000. It's not a lot. It's not a lot of charcoal. We'll see. Maybe we'll need to introduce like a station dedicated to charcoal production and try to like produce as much charcoal as we could. That wouldn't be that bad of an idea. So let's take a look. This is our previous station. It's like that produces copper and tin. It's working fine. We have improved our iron production. We basically tripled our iron production. So from now on, the amount of iron that we are getting, let's take a look. Yeah, right? We have this build, which is half of what we have here. Not here. Here. So we should have lots of iron. Let's take a look. Let's see. We want iron plates. Let's remove all of this. I want to look at iron plates. I want to look at copper plates. And I want to look at tin plates. And I want to see what is basically happening with these 3 things. So we've been working on those iron plates. Look at this. They jumped up to 10,000 for a moment. Right, and now they are not there because this block is not producing iron. We are at 50,000 exported iron here. We are exporting 4 belts, like 4 full red belts of iron, 120 iron per second. That's a lot. Right. So the iron is pretty high, it's basically 10,000. Copper plate production is almost 10,000. It actually jumps to 10,000 occasionally. So I guess our capacity for copper production is maybe even 11,000. We are producing copper like in 2 places and iron in 2 places. So sometimes just one place could be working and another might not do anything. And here is tin. It used to be 900 tin per minute. And now we're at a steady 3.5 thousand. I am confused. It's supposed to be 2 times. What's the problem? How come the difference is larger? Because in the previous episode I thought the difference is exactly 2 times. So this process, no, this process. gives us 2 tin every 4 seconds, and this one gives us, oh, it's 14 every 2 seconds. So the difference is not 2 times in terms of like the number of machines. It's actually 4 times difference. Wow, that is huge. The recipe with coolant is much better. Look at that. 3.4 instead of 9. 9 times 4 is supposed to be 3.6 though. Maybe there is like some rounding or something. I'm not sure how it is, but it's like 4 times increase. It's huge. So we have lots of tin. We have lots of copper now. We have lots of iron. Like, look at that. We are producing 10,000 iron plates per minute. And a while ago, our iron... I mean, it wasn't that... Okay, this was copper. Our iron was kept at 3.6. We basically tripled it, or like almost tripled it. Okay, now at this point, let's keep the character here. Let's make sure we are not producing more than 50. At this point, I'm pretty confident in our iron production, copper production, and surprisingly, tin production. I feel that we shouldn't really be experiencing problems with the tin from now on. But in reality, it looks like we are experiencing problems. Let's wait a bit with tin, because I think what might be happening is that our previous 900 per minute tin production was not able to keep up with the demand. And now tin plate. Testing, it used to be 2.8. Well, it used to be 2.8 like in the past, before we upgraded it to 900. Right? So let's wait and hope that it's enough what we have in terms of tin. If it's not enough, then it'll just be copy-pasting basically these builds, because I think this build is looking pretty good. We will not really need to export any tin ore. Right, so that's the difference. For tin we don't need to export tin ore, because it's not used anywhere. We will think. I'm thinking maybe it's possible to combine ore production here with this thing and just put like a sorter, 2 of ore processors, 2 of pellet presses, and like blast furnace for tin. Just have like a huge block here maybe somewhere, or like here. Probably wouldn't take that much space. And then we could just feed it. I don't know, we can figure it out. Tin, hopefully, is not really a huge problem. Right. What are we missing next? We are missing green circuits. And I think... Okay, we are not missing iron plates anymore. We actually have excess of iron plates. We are missing tin plates. Interesting. Who needs tin plates? We can search for tin. We can search... Yeah, circuits require lots of tin, and science needs tin. So circuits actually use tin, surprisingly. Let's see more the station names. Why would they need tin? Oh, interesting. They actually need... We don't need tin. Right, we don't need tin for circuits. We need tin wires. We need the wires, so we can actually remove copper. Okay, we cannot remove copper from here, but we can remove like here, copper and tin, and replace this with tin wires, and we'll just be consuming tin wires of the belt. This should improve our tin production a little bit, let's do the following. Should we come up with a new better build for green circuits or not? That's the question. Let's add a new thing. Switch green circuits to tin wires. Right, that's what we want to do. In theory, we could repurpose this build, or maybe we shouldn't. I was thinking we could repurpose it for like regular chip production. Basically, have like many copies of this thing, just producing like brown circuits, and we could build green circuit production somewhere else that will be like dedicated to green circuits only. Where exactly would that be? I am not sure, because this place we wanted to keep for rubber. So maybe somewhere here, maybe we could have like green circuit production right there. Right. Let's take a look at this spot again. It's beautiful. I'm not sure what happened here with iron plates. Again, something happened. That's not supposed to be happening. I guess it might be just because the insert is unable to pick up everything. But you know, I'm fine with this kind of holes on the belt appearing once in a while, because when that happens, we're actually exporting the coils, and our goal is to switch the consumers to use the coils instead of the plates, because plates require how many more times? They require 4 times more trains deliver the same amount of iron, and we can like significantly reduce on the train requests by switching to wires. And the new green circuit station that I will build, what is it? So here's our old one. The new one, what is the problem with it? It's tin. It's basically short on tin. Yeah, we need to switch it to tin wires, and things will be significantly better from then on. Let's finish the episode here. This was episode 154. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers!